Today we're going to be talking about guarding the door to your mind. It's an important concept that we need to understand as we live today in today's day and age that is so information saturated. Welcome to the Manosphere Paradigm, the channel where we learn to level up in health, wealth, relationships, and hobbies. I'd like you to hit the like button, the subscribe button, as well as the notification bell so that you can be informed of content as I drop it on this channel on a weekly basis. So let's get into today's topic. Let's go. So I want to keep this video short today and just to bring across to you this concept when it comes to guarding the door to your mind. It is a simple concept, it's something that basically came across my morning, or I would say it was my evening run, where I listened to motivational speaking and listened to just positive and affirmation things that edify me as I basically just edifies my spirit as I go on a run and just think things through and have that peace of mind to be able to just get out there, run, exercise, and basically get my mind going. And one of the things that came up was is the fact that in today's day and age, we are so saturated with information, where it is on social media, it is our Twitter, it is our Facebooks, it's our Instagrams, it is whatever media, it's YouTube number one, where we are so bombarded with so much information. And we tend to get to a point, sometimes we have this you know it all, and you think that you know better than others because you have a certain angle on something. Coming with that level of arrogance, we always have something that we can learn. It's always something that we can learn from others, and that's always something that we need to curb and get to a point where we let in the right information. Sometimes when we listen and we feed in and we binge on the wrong type of, I would say, content, and something that is a bit more negative and a bit on the level of being petty and being just the whole basis of it is just to hit whether it comes to men, whether it comes to women, and just be negative. It's something that this channel will never connect to and subscribe to. And it's one of the things that I wanted to bring across in today's video is that there's so many things that comes across as we grow up. I mentioned in the other video that you need to become the man you're supposed to be rather than the man that you were brought up to be. There's a lot of things that we basically were taught as we grew up, and it might be some might be the right things and some might be the wrong things, and it takes a while to unlearn the wrong things and to be able to get onto a better and more successful path. And that is exactly what I'm coming with on when it comes to this video, is that we tend to learn and take on as much as we can, and we want to take on mentors, we want to take on information, we want to learn from everyone. And the problem that we find ourselves is we get to a point of being so saturated that we don't know which way to go because we have all these types of viewpoints. And for me, what has worked is that you need to be your own man. You need to understand where you want to be, where you're going. And yes, it's good to take advice from others. It's good to read up on the subject that you're interested and basically upskill yourself when it comes to what you want to become better at. But sometimes you need to say no, and you need to curb and stop certain things that comes into your life, because getting to a point of unlearning those incorrect things or things that is detrimental to your success or where you want to go becomes difficult and becomes more labor intensive when it comes to you being now having to go through that process where you could have just curbed it, not have been exposed to it, but then could have been further down the road, as I always say. So there's a lot of sayings that I say. I pick it up from other content creators that I learn from. I pick it up from others around me. I'm at this moment in my life, I'm kind of like that sponge that just want to absorb information and get info and learn. But also I've learned there is a lot of negative things that's out there, and it comes from whether it is trusted content subscribers or at least content creators that you believe they're creating good content and you can learn from them. Go ahead, obviously watch them, support them. However, at the end of the day, you also need to understand there's a limit to certain things that you can listen to, and certain times you have to tell yourself, you know what, I'm gonna basically click off from this content creator for a while. I'm seeing he's going in a one direction that I don't agree with, and you have the freedom to do that. That is the unique type of freedom of choice that we have when it comes to this whole social ecosystem that we have. We need to stop just basically taking things on, because it becomes difficult to unlearn a lot of the things that is, like I said, is detrimental to you as a person, your and whether it is your health, whether it's your relationships, and whether it is just your well-being overall. So that is the angle that I'm coming from, and one of the things I want to actually bring across is one of the motivational speakers I always listen to. His name is Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn, yeah. He spoke about how we need to watch our cup. He did a class with some kids, and he brought across this concept to them. And he asked them two questions. He asked them, if I throw in sugar into my coffee, can I drink it and will it be okay? And everyone was, sure, you'll be okay and it would taste good. He said, okay, if I threw in poison thrown into my coffee, would I be okay? And the kid said, no, you'd be dead. You'd die because it's poison. And he said, that is lesson number one. Life is both sugar and poison. And those are the two realities that we need to learn. So the second part of it is where he asked the group of kids, and he asked them, what if my enemy drops in sugar into my coffee? Would I be okay? And the kids would be, of course, you'd be okay. It's sugar. He said, fine. What if your best friend drops in poison into your coffee? Would you be okay? They said, no, you'll be dead. So the lesson number two would be that you need to guard and watch your coffee. Watch your coffee. Sometimes things happen where the people that you believe that you could have trusted and you know that is there for you, thick or thin, your ride or die, sometimes they disappoint you and your guard is down and you don't take note of certain things, and then further down your road when things do happen, you ask yourself, how did I let my guard down so far that I was exposed, and whatever negative thing happened to you from a friend or from someone that you trusted, how could this have happened? So like I said in the beginning of this video, it is all about you need to guard the door to your mind, and that is not just from the world, that is around, that it comes from your family and close relatives as well. It's something that you need to do to make sure that you are filtering in the world based on what your belief system is and what you believe and where you want to go. You cannot just take everything in. You cannot be on this level of just trusting everyone and not and you know what, they're my friend and I'm not gonna think anything bad from them. One of the things recently, I watched the series that's popular on Netflix at the moment called Squid Games, and one of the characters, Ali, he was one of the good-natured guy. He's typical nice guy. He befriended one of the characters that was deep in debt, the businessman, and they got to a point where they played a game and they had to pick a partner. The two of them picked each other, but at the end of the day, they actually had to play marbles against each other, and the one that won the other one's 10 marbles, they basically win. And in the Squid Games, if you do watch it, spoiler alert, there's a lot of bang bang that happens, and people get deleted when it comes to if they play these games. So I don't want to spoil it for you, go check it out. But Ali was this typical nice guy. He trusted this dude, and when it came to the point where Ali was winning and Ali was gonna win, that's gonna survive, the other gentleman played on his kind-heartedness and put him on a complete trip and told him, don't worry, go get some other players, we'll play this game, we'll win the other marbles from them. In the interim, while he was doing it, he switched the marble bag, gave Ali a bag of rocks, and when Ali realized, Ali was deleted and the other guy walked out of the game the winner to the next round. So attends to, if you do not take note and if you do not watch your coffee, you cannot be upset when someone drops in poison into it, you drink it and you die, and then you want to, whether it is, if I say die, not physically, I'm talking about something bad happens to you financially, relationship wise, whether it comes to your job, whatever the case may be. If something happens and you did not watch your coffee, you are the one that's blamed to it. You're blamed for it. And we can all complain and say, you know what, you can't live a life that's so paranoid. But we all still have responsibility to be able to make sure that we are aware and we are as I would say, you are self-aware in a situation to understand what's going on, and we are present to know what's happening so that we can understand how to conduct and be able to get out of certain situations if it's not to our benefit. So yeah, that was a video from the Manosphere Paradigm. I hope you enjoyed it. I want you to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Tell me if what I'm saying sucks, that I am talking crap. Let me know, or tell me, you know what, that is something that is also on my radar, and this is what happened to me, and I want to share that with your audience so that they can also learn from my experience. Drop it in the comments, all the engagement. You know what, it just helps, not just the algorithm, but it helps others to also learn from what you have gone through, and I'll use it as a guide for them in their situation. So yeah, you've done that, you hit the like, I hope so, you're done, right? You shared it, comment, I'm out.